We are a data security and analytics company. We were founded in 2005. And we tackle use cases related to data protection, threat detection and response, and compliance. We've been using Workado for like over 4 years now. Our team has been growing, and right now we have more than 5 full-time Workado developers and QA. Our environment right now spans hundreds of recipes, and while I was preparing for this presentation, it was an interesting fact to me that a little bit over 25% of them are today using Microsoft Teams. Just take you guys through our initial use case. Back in the day, a couple of years ago, we had a use case where the business came to us asking to implement an approval process. It was for a finance team. It was a time-sensitive process. It was a kind of end-of-the-quarter critical process, and it needed to be triggered in real time based on different events. It had to support multiple approvers, and we needed to be able to store and log who was approving, what requests they were approving, and this sort of information about the approval. And more importantly, I think they needed to be able to approve it quickly, and this also meant to have the ability to perhaps approve from their mobile or so. And obviously, we needed something that was accessible to the users. We needed something that was not going to require a lot of steps to get to, that the users could be familiar with it on how to approach it. Also, that was aligned with our security policy. Our IT infrastructure team is already securing and doing a phenomenal job securing our Teams environment. And we wanted to deliver something that the users were able to use easily, that on our side was easily to deploy. It didn't require a lot of management. And so we started considering, Workbot, and we saw all these, it matches these boxes. We could have perhaps acquired an application that would allow us to do the approval process there, and perhaps had a lot of these other features. But one of the really interesting things that we could do here was automate the logic with the approval process, like kind of combine them. So by leveraging Workado, we were able to not only not only do the approval through Workbot, but also just get the data from the application automatically. And so a process that would take several minutes was reduced into perhaps 1 or 2 minutes, and then sent to the approver, and they can approve from a mobile device, they can approve from their computer, from whatever they were. And then on the business side of things, right, is we are bringing this process to the users where they are, which is in Teams. They're chatting with other coworkers. They are already kind of interacting. So Workbot becomes an additional channel, or even if they have a specific channel or group where we needed to send that. So they already had it. So it was easy to use for them. They had also the power, the capability to control the approval members, right? In Teams, you can control who, who's a member of your team or not. So we didn't have to worry about that. We put that in their control. Also, when they approve or not, they were able to control the schedule. And the mobile was also a huge plus. So these were things that were kind of critical for us, and with Workbot, we were able to achieve it. We were able to put it in their hands, kind of where they were working, and require very little or very little management or ongoing management from our side. As I mentioned before, 25% of our recipes today are interacting with Workbot. So we have multiple departments using, like finance, support. People from HR can, go to Workbot, type the help command and kind of see 4 or 5 different activities that they can perform directly from Workbot without having to switch environment. Kind of, if we want to get a snapshot of what's the health status of our environment is, we can do it with a Workbot. We can rerun jobs that have failed. We can start a group of recipes if if you need to start or stop a large number of recipes during downtime, for example, SAP is going to maintenance or Salesforce or whatever, and you need to stop your processes, on a Friday night, you can do that from your mobile device. Also, reports on recipes that have stopped due to errors, and if we want to restart them or not. And also, we've been able to implement a bot that allows us to record some information on maintenance activities. And so when we push something to production, or we need to kind of fix a bug, or for some reason we have to stop one of the recipes in production, I think for us it's been a really good productivity booster, and allows us to put a lot of tools within our business without having to kind of rely on IT to perform multiple activities. So I wanted to share a little bit of what we're looking to do. As I mentioned before, we continue to expand our use cases, and I think this will continue. I mean, more and more business users are looking to kind of have some sort of functionality related to Workbot, or to a bot. Another thing that we want to do is improve the user experience. Up until today, I think the way we can render cards and data in Workbot, it's been a little bit limited. I think actually Workado recently released an update that does help that, I think today or yesterday, but we're looking to improve that even more. And also we want to make our bots smarter, right? Perhaps use cognitive services or so on to kind of make them smarter, do some natural language processing, intent analysis, and things of that nature. Eventually, that's where we are looking to to get to in the future.